you heard anything at all, it'd be super muffled.
Yeah,
but CIG
yeah,
already
that's the
covered
sound
this.
I want, bro.
CIG
doesn't.
already covered this. They said it's your shipboard and your armor computer that is
Extrapolating. Oh,
extrapolating
okay.
all that and giving it to you so that you have a diegetic cue to
So
interact with your world.
that sounds very advanced. Why don't we have tinting windows for the windshield?
Excuse me, but like, if you couldn't hear in space, then explain how the crew of the Ghost in Star Wars Rebels had to hide from the Imperial ship by being very quiet.
Bro, Dave Filoni sucks. Welcome, one and all, to Open Comms Radio, your Star Citizen call-in show. So good being home. I'm back, and the kids ran away with the house while I was gone. They did a great job. I want to thank Duke Lato II for taking the reins, and his lovely partner Cosmic Hobo for hosting the show. While I was away in Europe. It was cold in Europe. It was everyone was speaking some like European language to me.
Everyone speaking American?
Well, that's what I told them. I said I speak American. And they were like rude and snotty and stuff. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand how people could behave that way.
Typical.
Yeah, but other than that, it was a great trip. I had a really good time. Flew back over Greenland. Looked out my plane window, saw Greenland. It was beautiful. And the guy next to me leaned over. He was like, "Hey, can I take a picture?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, man," because I was in the window seat. Snaps a few photos with his phone, and for like 5 minutes, both of us are looking out my window.
I thought you were going to say he like took pictures of your lap or something.
He
I
may have wanted to.
I thought that was the punchline.
He may have wanted to. Those airplanes are tight, but we were looking out the window over beautiful Greenland, and for like 5 minutes, and then he leans into me and he says, "You know what would look good right there? A Walmart."
Oh my
Dude,
God.
I lost it. He was Dutch or something.
Oh, so okay, so he's forgiven. That's just their sense of humor. It's fine.
Yeah, he had a good sense of humor. You also have a good sense of humor, Duke Leto the second, my co-host here on this Star Citizen call-in show. You hosted the show the last 2 weeks. Thank you very much for doing it.
No problem. My pleasure. It was it's good to have you back. You know,
Oh,
it's
thank you. Yeah.
you listen to the show and you would think you know, these guys are idiots. But when Jar Jar is hosting it, no, there's a lot of talent that's being put into play. And with you gone, that talent was gone as well. So
All right, that's enough.
happy to have
That's
you
enough.
back.
Thank you. That's enough. But come on.
Did I earn my Amazon gift card?
Yes. You've earned
All right.
your. They're actually Blockbuster gift cards. I
Oh,
have
sweet.
4 dozen of them. Yeah. They're good. They got good deals now, but you got to go to like
Where is
Iowa,
it Alaska or something? Is that
Alaska
Alaska?
or something. Yeah.
Or
So
did it
you can.
close?
It's still there. There's one Blockbuster still there. Don't count them out,
Oregon.
dude.
It's in Oregon.
Okay. So there you go.
There you go.
Everybody buy the stock. But that's not what we're here to talk about, man. We're not here to talk about Blockbuster. We're not here to talk about my trip abroad. We're not even here to talk about how you did me so wrong when you hosted the show.
What?
Yeah.
How'd I do
You
wrong?
know, I was the #1 fan while you were hosting the show, I listened to it. So I listened to the whole thing. I posted it. And one of these episodes there, you were talking about how we were doing the Bar Citizen, and you said I had
Oh
an
yeah,
Apple
you're
laptop,
yeah, you're stupid fucking. It was a French. It was a fucking
an
French
a
Apple
French
laptop.
Apple laptop.
Yeah,
Bro,
lay Apple.
bro, this show is not even on Apple Podcasts. You think I'm gonna have an
You're
Apple
saying
laptop?
wasn't it a MacBook or a lay MacBook?
No, no. And I remember at the show you asked me, and I was like, bro, fuck no, dude. It's just gray with stickers on it.
I thought it was
They call
white.
that
Could
well
have sworn it was
silver.
white. Well, I thought isn't that exclusive? I thought nobody else could make laptops that color.
There you
I'm
go.
old. I
Well, I just
see a
want you to
white
know.
laptop. I'm like, ah, it's Apple.
Yeah. Well, when you said that, I
Wait, but
audibly gasped.
but do you deny that it was French
No, it was French. It was very
and
much
that it
French.
had weird fucking buttons and stuff?
Yeah. They call
All
them
right,
hieroglyphs in French.
do they?
Hieroglyphs. Hieroglyphs. They don't pronounce the H. All right. But moving on away from your fantastic shows and everything else, we're going to move on to Star Citizen. Yeah. This is a Star Citizen call-in show. And what we do here is we talk a little bit about Star Citizen. Every week we have a question on the show. This week's question: crafting, radar, blueprints. What did I miss? Yeah. So what we usually do is we bring on a guest up here. Anyone can call in the show. All you gotta do is pop onto the Discord. And if you are listening, maybe you don't want to come on the show, right? But you should still come on our Discord because we have right now a giveaway. Duke, you hear about this giveaway?
I did belatedly hear about the giveaway. Yeah.
Oh, it's the first ever Open Comms Radio Mystery Prize giveaway extravaganza. Not one, but two dose epic prizes. This is a mystery Steam game prize. The prize will be delivered via Steam. To be eligible, winners must subscribe to or follow one of Open Comms channels. You can follow us and subscribe on YouTube. You can follow us on Spotify or Deezer or Blue Sky. And then you must also be in the Discord and click the enter button. You do that by this time next week, by this time on March 18th, and you could be the winner of one of two prizes. Your odds are pretty good. Not many people signed up yet, so there you go.
There you go. This is your chance to be a winner, folks. Dad won't be disappointed in you anymore.
If you've never been a winner before,
Prove your ex wrong.
yeah, that'll show her. All right, Duke, looks like we're going to get right into things here. We have someone here in the waiting room. Oh, looks like Lord Nubis gets pulled aside for the moment because we have a first-time caller. Duke, you gotta do the sound
There's a specific sound for it.
for the first-time caller. Yeah,
And he's gone.
yeah, first
See
time.
that?
Oh, and he's gone.
That's what happened. Okay, so he's not a first time caller. He has been here at least once before, and I was like, I'm gonna call this guy up, and I think we should name and shame at this point. And each
Uh,
time, right before he's
oh,
about to be called up,
yeah, he
boop,
backs out.
he goes away. I think
Yeah.
his the acorns shrivel up, and he has to run back to his hole in the tree.
Well, then in that case, we will bring up our favorite caller of all time, the bluest of the bunch, Lord Anubis. Lord Anubis, crafting, radar, blueprints. What did I miss?
You missed the inevitable transformation into Star Wars Galaxies, the greatest game of all time. And if Wicket can mention Sandy all the time, I will mention Star Wars Galaxies all the time.
I think that's probably a safer bet. There'll be less lawsuits involved.
Yeah, it's not actionable.
Unless you get weird with it.
I could.
No, don't.
Well, not later.
Well, get
Not till
weird
later,
with it.
right?
Don't get weird with it. The point is, Lord Anubis, is you might be onto something here.
Yeah. Did
Yeah,
you watch Morphologies, or is that why?
I did not see more follow. I haven't watched any content. I haven't done anything while I was away. I the only show I watched was this one when I released it.
Oh, I'm
When I put it on
sorry.
the YouTube. Yeah.
Damn.
So I didn't
Right.
get any information. I
Well,
have no idea what's going on in the game.
in case
Mm.
anybody doesn't know, they are revamping everything and they're adding an actual structure to the way things are made and constructed and giving people reasons to go out and go get shit instead of just go get money, scrub, go get money, scrub. Like you're gonna actually like have a reason to get the good shit and go find the good shit in order
Oh,
to
yeah.
make the good shit.
Oh yeah.
And that's like a big step because up until now,
Get that good shit.
everything has pretty much just been credits, 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 credits. Go loot, 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 go search every box for 17 hours. And that's all you could do other than mine, which was just for credits.
Jump Town. It
Yeah.
was all Jump Town all the way down. It was just jump towns, just different kinds of jump towns.
You telling me it was all jump downs?
It was all jump
Jump Town.
towns all the way, man. You think
Always
you're
has
getting
been.
red cards, bro? It just turns into Jump Town.
Oh yeah.
That's all it is. Yeah. Yeah, but now
But
okay, so we got a little crafting, right? So this episode we're talking about crafting radar and blueprints. Let's start with the crafting. You said it's Star Wars Galaxies. Is this crafting similar to Star Wars Galaxies?
it will be. It is not yet. It is the good first step. The fact that, you have grades of materials that come out with better, you know, with better results is a good start. It does, decay needs to be implemented properly in order to keep the wheels churning because you can't have anything without planned obsolescence. So otherwise, manufacturing just stops, and there's no point to doing it because you've got a permanent, perfect item. And in the real world, that's ideal. We don't want to constantly use resources, but in a video game, yeah, you kind of need to be a little wasteful. A little bit more like the real world right now,
You
because
know,
otherwise you have nothing to do.
they applied this logic to the Zelda Breath of the Wild game, and I can't stand it. If you don't know the new generation of Zelda, you can have like dozens of different weapons and spears and axes, and they all break. They all
Yeah.
break like very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but that's
Yeah.
that's
They
necessary. I
have
mean,
to. Yeah.
you have to.
Not in Zelda, bro.
No, in a game that you're going to have crafting be meaningful beyond just doing something once, then you gotta they gotta break. You gotta lose it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I only crafted like potions and stuff in that game. I haven't crafted anything like real yet. Any items. I just keep picking up hobgoblin spears and bones and shit and stabbing people with them.
But that's kind of the thing is that in a game like this, the good thing is that you don't need to craft. You can go buy it from someone else and do whatever you want. It's just now there is someone else to actually buy stuff from and a reason for it. And that's the main thing. I mean, Breath of the Wild, it's one thing, but in a multiplayer like this, to have, you know, I want that peaceful life. I just want to be a crafter, right? I don't want to go and shoot people. I know plenty of people who would join this game if they knew that they could actually live like a merchant's life, different things like that. And this is the first step towards it. Um, it's very positive, and it will only get better.
So what's this, Lord Nubis? What's this missing?
Well, it's missing decay. It's missing the skill of the crafter. So, I mean, in most games, yeah, you grind XP in order to get better results as you go along. Even if you got good materials, you'll get better results because you've done it so many times before. It needs that. You need specialization, and
But
right now
you
this
don't want
game
like a
doesn't have that.
level. You don't, Lord Nubis. You don't want like, oh, I'm like a level 82 crafter, and therefore it's better for me to craft.
I agree.
I am an
Yeah.
elite bounty hunter that gets the VHRTs and the
Yeah, but that's just
ERTs.
getting access to missions. That's not I am better
Right.
at crafting.
However, crafting could be considered a mission. My mission is to craft this thing. I mean, there's a
It
little
it
bit
could
of
be,
that
but it's not.
that I mean, you should get bonuses for doing the same thing over and over, for doing it better, for getting more better results, you get even better stats. Because if you don't differentiate, if you make everything classless, then crafting just falls as one of those things you can do rather than one of those passions you can invest in. And there should be other things like engineering and repairing and things like that that would be better as you do them. You don't need levels as far as your combat abilities towards one another. That is definitely a skill thing that comes from within, but you can't replicate that in crafting. You can't replicate that um in a peaceful thing without having some sort of progression in the game, because everybody would just be at the same level of crafting at that point.
Well, I think
Whereas
you
with
can.
FPS, you definitely have people who are much better than others as far as their combat abilities, and that's inherent. So you have to replicate that.
I think with crafting, it'll happen organically once you get into more complicated crafting, bigger industrial setups. I mean, some people will love the spreadsheets, right? They'll love having all the
Blade.
information on where to get the best materials and how much they're going to need and what sort of resources they need for which fabricators and et cetera, et cetera. Whereas other people are like, uh, no, like, I might put in the time to craft a suit of armor, but I have no interest in setting up an industrial base to be that guy that people come to buy stuff off of. That's where I
Yeah.
think if they build in the workload, it it could have its own skill ceilings as opposed to an artificial, bar goes up. Like I have done this 100 times, therefore I am better at it than someone who's only done it once.
They could probably introduce a mechanic that requires some sort of level of skill in order to make it happen. Maybe a timing based thing, or just your way of putting together certain things. I mean, we've got all sorts of crazy mechanics that they can duplicate, I would think. But there definitely has to be. I just really feel there definitely has to be something that sets a crafter, who does it all the time and is now considered one of the best ones out there. Um, because if you can have one of the best FPS fighters ever, well, you can have the best crafter. There
They're the
has to
best
be a way.
FPS fighter because they just practiced. They
Yeah,
learned the ins and outs of the game to make it happen. And I think
and you
that's what
need
Chris has
that.
always said. He wants it to be actually it's gotta be all skill based, not bar go up skill based, but just in the game, you know, playing the game and getting better.
So do we see them making crafting gameplay? Like you have mining gameplay, and it's a thing you do, right? You have salvage gameplay, which we know is getting more complicated. Maybe we can talk about that today later. Is there a crafting gameplay?
I think there
Anubis?
has to be. There
Yeah.
has to be crafting gameplay because, you know, who are you going to get all your stuff from? The guy who's going to grind it away and he's not really doing gameplay? Like, if you're going to be a merchant, you're probably crafting it all yourself too. You
So
stock that Banu
what is
merchantman.
that gameplay right now though? It's just like you bring everything to the list, to the machine, and the machine pops it out, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And it should be more. I just feel it should be more than that. You got to be able to be good at what you do, because otherwise it's just going to be a function rather than a loop. I mean, it's or
Mhm, mhm.
a way to define yourself. I don't know. I also think that the way they're talking about having stations that that they'll have like stock components and you could still get a gun. I think they need to eliminate that completely, and the stations in different locations be stocked by the players.
Yeah. Okay, okay. Well, Lord Nubis, as always, you are welcome to stay on our couch. You just got to make a little bit of room here. You won't have to scoot over too far. The couch gets bigger the more people we have on it. I
Yeah, it's weird.
believe
It's like springs.
I believe Duke. This is the first time caller we have down here.
Um, I think it is. I think it is.
I
I
think
think
it
I've
is.
met
I
this
think it's the first
I've
time
met this
caller.
guy in IRL once as well.
Or was that like Ohio? Ireland? Ireland. Oh,
No,
that's cool.
Yes.
IRL in real life.
Ireland.
In real life.
Okay, there he comes. Vertible Hatter. when you are ready, you can just accept that little menu there. It basically says that. Actually, I don't know what it says. It's a legal thing. And then you can come on up to the room, Vertible. Oh, Vertible was in and Vertible is out. I don't know what happened there. Maybe Vertible clicked do not consent.
Oh, mhm.
You know, that
Hold
could
on.
be it. We're gonna
He's
try it
back.
one more
He's
time.
back. Here we go.
Here he comes. Vertible Hatter, love the goose, love the mohawk. This week's question: crafting, radar, blueprints. What did I miss?
My God. Well, unfortunately, I clicked on this by accident, but I actually do have opinions on this. So, because I was Star Wars Galaxies a long time ago. So, when you mentioned that it was looking like Star Wars Galaxies, I actually began to get a little bit more excited about what was to come.
Oh, here we
Yes.
go. Lord of Noobs has been waiting for this for weeks now.
Well, I mean,
Years.
There are dozens of you.
maybe a few of us still on all those Star Wars Galaxies servers that are still up. But yeah, no, it's I was worried because in a lot of other games, crafting is just sort of like gather resource, make item, so long as you have the so long as you have the skill to make said item. But when it becomes like its whole own economy, then you can have people who, like you said, become fully into the crafting profession. And like that's kind of the area that I was interested in because I've always liked that, like, build a base, make things. Friends come out and you want to get set up with good gear, you set them up with good gear, and you still have the like sales to other people sort of thing that keeps you going. And finding new blueprints becomes kind of your game, less than, the like, I'm going to be the best FPS person, or I'm going to be the best space combat person. Like, I'm going to go out and explore and find the best resources to make X or Y or Z. And like, that seems cool. It's my jam when it comes to games. So I don't know.
So how
Okay.
can CIG do that? How can they make it its own sort of gameplay loop with its own reward?
That's going to be the really difficult part for them, I think, because some of the discussion I've heard is like, okay, we're going to gate certain materials behind X or Y event, and I get it, I understand it, but like that means that it may not be terrible because that means that crafters are gonna have to exist in large communities at that point, because people who are focused purely on crafting are not going to be the people generally out on the front lines of things. They're going to have to really hammer down on exploration gameplay, because finding new resources through exploration, other things like that, is going to have to be a big part of it. Again, if we go back to Star Wars Galaxies, you had surveying, you had, locating high quality resources on planets. And like, you think about it, we putter around some of these planets to look for nice places to do races or other things like that, but like they're huge. You can't traverse these easily, even in a ship, while you're flying around them. The ability for players to fully map an entire planet's resources, I mean, in theory, if a guild wanted to, I guess they could, but it would take a concerted effort over months and months and months and months and months, maybe even years, to even just get one planet. So
Is it crazy that I want the planets to be bigger?
no, it's not. I think that's a great idea. Make the planets bigger. Fuck it. Make them
Yeah.
full size. Well, I don't know if
Make them as big as you want. Just make sure
yeah.
that there's meaningful things to do on them.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
been CIG's mantra. Make it bigger. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Well, with them talking about player cities, I know you remember how it was. I mean, Star Wars Galaxies is pretty much like Star Citizen is not as revolutionary when you really talk about the concept of it being open world with also space combat. I mean, all of that was in Galaxies as well.
Yeah.
But like so when you're seeing things like player cities being talked about and how that helps like merchants and economy and everything like that, like I don't know if the uninitiated have seen that work out and how it played out, and just I mean, man, you would find someone's shop that was absolutely amazing, a legendary guy, and you knew like, oh shit, I better bring the money because this is going to be good.
Right. And then also every so often you'd find the shop of some guy who had all of those skills, who was just puttering around with his friends and didn't give a screw what his prices were. And you hid where that shop was, like, viciously. Because, he was just doing it for the fun of it. But yeah, No, that's kind of the crux of it. Player cities, other things like that. There was for a while you could have like architects and designers in Galaxies as well. I want to see if anything like that ever comes to ever comes to Star Citizen, because like
That'd be wild. Yeah.
how could we, when you're building a player city, how are we going to do city layout? How is an org going to organize their town? Other things like that. I want to know, because when you just leave people to throw their stuff wherever, it gets kind of disorganized very quickly.
Right.
Can I Debbie down this?
Sure,
Can I?
go for it.
And you can call me Wicket if you want. I think that's where they're going to monetize some of that. I think they're going to have assets. Maybe you can earn some, and maybe you can do this, but they'll also sell like custom assets.
Oh,
Like
I'm
they're
sure
not.
they
There's
will.
no
Building
way they're
aspect?
going to let. Yeah, like buildings, roads, struts, like
Sure.
weird stuff.
But frankly, if what they make money on is selling assets rather than ships later in the game or whatever, fuck it. Excuse me. Sorry, I know I'm streaming. I
It's
shouldn't
okay.
be.
We're extreme.
No, you can do that here.
Oh, sweet. All
Yeah.
right, cool.
Yeah, say it all you want. We're not
Cool.
monetized anywhere.
Hooray. Well, I mean, not hooray, but still. Anyway,
No. It's good.
it's good.
We're gonna sell assets.
We're going to sell assets. There you go.
Yeah.
There's gonna be pictures of our asses.
Actually,
We're gonna
no,
sell
that,
JPEGs.
It was in that legal thing you clicked on.
I mean,
Yeah,
that
dude.
could be an interesting thing if like orgs are able to produce their own branded assets, or have like
Yeah.
even community things that eventually get sold. I hate to lean back towards Warframe since it's a very different game, but they did have a community skin store where they would every so often have like approved ones that made its way back into the game, which I thought was kind of a cool process. Will they ever do that here? Probably not. But like if they make their money selling assets, that's not something that's ever going to impact how people play the game, other than its visual presentation. And like it's something that they can continue to make money on, because people want their shinies in game. Like, cool. So I
I'd
don't
say
mind that.
as long as it doesn't gate anything. Like
Right.
as long as you can still
Yeah.
build a basic bridge,
Sure.
but you're just buying like the special bridge. You get the
Right.
suspension bridge or something like that. But as
You
long
know,
as they don't block any gameplay behind that.
you get as opposed to you getting the like Soul System style bridge, or the
Right.
Sion bridge or whatever, it's fine. I don't mind if they sell things that are aesthetic choices. If they start selling things where like, oh, you can't get this particular kind of crafting unless you buy this one thing for your org, then that's not great.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't work.
But I could
Yeah.
see them doing the because they talked about you're gonna have to pay rent, right? If you're
Mhm.
in like a high security and stuff. I could see it eventually being similar to Eve with their what's it called, Anubis? You can pay real money for it, or you can actually buy it in game.
Oh yeah,
The
the ISK stuff. Well, they've already stated that they were going to be doing that
yeah,
with selling UEC
no,
once
not
it
the
Mhm.
comes out.
UEC. In Eve, you get the what is it, like your pilot license, or there's to actually pay for like your playing time, right? Which I don't want them to do with Star Citizen. This will be different, but in the same general idea, where if you want to have properties, you can work really hard to pay for it with in-game money,
Mhm.
or they'll give you the option to pay for that rental fee with real money.
Uh,
You
you
get
know,
then I was going to say,
that's
then you get onto the crux of like, well, how hard do you make that grind? Is it too
Mhm.
what, like, are we looking at like Wicklow Idris grind for stupid things? Like,
are we looking in real life rent prices as of right now?
yeah.
Definitely hope not. But you said
um,
Between the
another good
RAM and the
thing.
rent, I can't get a break.
yeah, well, they would cut off access to that building if you didn't pay all the rent, and then what you'd have to pay it up in order to start using it again. So you still keep the landscape, you just don't have the usability.
Eligibility. Well, you said another
Yep.
good thing too, Veritable, which was about the blueprints. So right now in 4.7, when it comes out, a lot of the blueprints are going to be rewards for
Yep.
doing missions. And that to me was kind of worrying, in that it goes back to one of those criticisms of Star Citizen, which is everything leads to combat, right? Like I can't just
Eventually.
be a miner or a crafter and just stay peaceful in order to get my blueprints. I'm either going to have to engage in these combat missions or maybe
Mhm.
buy the blueprints from people who are doing those combat missions, which I guess maybe that one's not as bad, but still I'd like to see those blueprints um, as rewards for non-combat.
Can I disagree with you here on this and be
No,
controversial before
I
we're
no,
gonna have to go to commercial break very soon, but uh, I think
no.
it's totally okay to have stuff hidden behind.
You son of a
Like
bitch.
no, because like it makes those missions or those events more valuable. Like when you do an event in Star Citizen and you get the stupid coin, right? That's basically like an NFT. Like it's
Right.
not it has value to you, right? Right? Maybe it'll have some utility later, but right now it has value to you and you have it in your hangar and stuff. But then you get like the gun or the multi-tool. The multi-tool you get from doing the event. It's got a little utility and you got it from the event and it has meaning and it's special to you and you don't want to lose it. Why can't blueprints have the same thing where like you have to do something pretty specific to get it? And maybe you can only do that thing, for these 3 months. And then after those 3 months, you don't get it anymore. Why can't we apply that same logic to mission types? There's one that you have to do combat for, but there's one that you have to do mining for.
As long as there's a mix, I think that's fine. That was my
Yeah.
concern was that it seems like it's gonna be all combat.
Well, it's all jump towns all the way down.
It's all jump town. It's true. At the end of the day.
Uh, Vertible Hatter, you are more than welcome to stay on the couch. You could leave. You could stay on the couch. You could do as you like. The couch does get bigger, but it is about time we bring on our next guest. But before we do that, Vertible, this show is sponsored by Cruise Lux. Cruise Lux is a refreshing yellow drink that you can drink while you play soccer or basketball or what's the sport in Star Citizen, guys?
Scatterball?
Scatterball or
Scatta,
scatterball.
scatterball.
Greasy squares.
But
Wrong
also,
show.
what if you're throwing up? What if you ate some bad sushi or got the neurovirus and you're vomiting everywhere? What could refresh you and give you electrolytes? Cruise Lux. Give no fucks. Cruise Lux.
20% slam by volume.
Thank you.
Thank you all. It's what we crave.
Alright.
Anyway, off to the audience with me. Thanks all.
Goodbye, Vertible. It was a pleasure
Goodbye.
having you.
It was a pleasure.
Vertible
being here.
Hatter, everybody. Debut guest time on the show.
Best caller ever.
Best caller
Best
ever.
caller ever.
Better than the hosts, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think we should just make
I
him
mean,
take
by
over.
far.
He's got
Put
such a
him
deep.
back up here. Put him back up here. We'll all sign off, and we'll
Yeah,
just
his
leave
voice
him
is
here.
silky.
Right?
Yeah,
Was it
actually,
silky to you?
Veritable.
I told you.
Come
I
sit
think I've
back on
met
the
him,
couch.
and he has a face for radio.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, he left.
This next guy we're about to bring up plays a lot of Star Citizen. Also has a face for radio. And honestly, ever the optimist. It is Wicket.
Mm.
Wicket,
And a pending
welcome to
restraining
OpenCom.
order.
Wicket, welcome to OpenCom's Radio, your Star Citizen call-in show. This week's question: crafting, radar, blueprints. What did I miss?
I think we should make him talk
Citizens.
about radar.
Long-time
Respect.
listener, occasional caller. And I don't know, man, this crafting is kind of got mixed feelings about it, to be honest.
Try not to be too optimistic, Wicket.
I mean,
Take care.
it's a start. It's better than nothing. I mean, before we had, 0.5 where we're just duping all our weapons and different components and BS. And saying we're not really duping because we're paying AUEC to repair whatever. I think so far the best use of the crafting machine is to make it a GIMP box and throw somebody in it and close the door.
What?
Okay.
Well, you can lock somebody inside it. It's like bounty hunting 0.5.
Please describe to us what a GIMP box is. Describe
Yeah,
to the
I don't
audience
get your reference.
and the concepts behind it, please. Thank you.
A GIMP box is
Yes.
Yeah.
you have a GIMP, which is usually a human person in a skin tight suit.
Why
Kind
you
of
gotta
like
say human?
well, I've never
'Cause
seen
Wicket's actually
a blue GIMP.
Even if
That's you
the
gotta get out more.
Zentai was blue.
Things, I mean,
In
maybe
any
we just don't go
event,
to right place.
I mean that's a big digression into nonsense. But the crafting is. I just hope to God that this is just like really, really early days, and they're gonna really expand on it because it's. I think it still goes back to the resources. With you have different resources, different ores that have quality. I think that's still the dumbest thing ever. I think if they want to make rare resources or make difficulty in crafting, they should make components. If you want a higher level component or a weapon to be made, you use more rare components to make it. And that's your inherent rarity, and that becomes the quality in and of itself. Then you make a resource that's rare out in the burst, and it's maybe fought over. There's a competition to get it, to find it. And I mean, it's kind of the same thing with quality, but we're supposed to be, it's this game / sim. It's like walking this tightrope between sim and game. Just to get off, just to get into a ship, you gotta get out of your hotel room. You gotta walk down to the hangar. You gotta get your ship up the elevator. You gotta jump on the ship. You gotta turn the engines on. Make sure you have enough fuel. You have to talk to ATC to get out of the hangar. Fly out of the
Whoa,
hangar.
slow down. I'm gonna
I mean,
come.
I'm just saying, easy. I'm just saying, this is like this whole procedure, and we haven't even done anything yet. We've just left the hangar, and now you
Yeah.
got this, you got this crafting system. It's like, okay, cup of sugar, some basil, some salt
And
and
a wish.
pepper.
Yeah.
Hit, press go. Out pops a gun.
So
I mean, to be fair though, that is 3D printing. That basically, I mean, you basically do that today.
Yeah,
You put in the blueprint, and you put in the
but
materials, and the
basic
printer goes.
that's not true. That's not true.
I mean, come on.
You can just make components in 3D printing, but like let's say if you wanted
Okay.
to print something more complex, you'd have to make multiple components and then assemble those components into something that's more complex.
But I mean, but it's it's there. You can see how this is going to iterate in the next 100 years, right?
Now my thing
And
is
I bet the
that
military can 3D print UFOs and all kinds of stuff.
we've talked about this in the past
I did.
already. I think that they should get away from this quality crap and just make rare components.
Yeah.
And then to make more complex and more like more badass weapons, or the +1 sword, the +3 sword, or the +6 gun, or whatever it is, higher fire rate, more damage, whatever that may be, you have to get rare components. But not only that, you have to refine those components into better, if you want better quality, like if you want steel instead of iron, you need to refine iron and coal, and you get steel, and then you have steel, then you make something out of that. Not only that, to make it even to kind of touch on what Anubis said originally about, where's the skill come in? Well, crafting in most MMOs has been solved for 20 plus years. One of the best crafting systems, from what I understand, is Star Wars Galaxies.
Wow.
And that
You
was
too, huh?
well,
Hold
I
on.
never
Wait a
played
second.
it. I'm just going by what Anubis has told me about it, and what
Okay,
other
so this is
people
what
have
I'm
said.
getting at here. What
Oh,
And I am correct.
Suddenly he believes
Well,
everything the blue guy says.
but
if another person's gonna come in here and start talking about Star Wars Galaxies, I'm gonna get suspicious. I don't know what happened when I was gone,
You can
but this is
still
not a
play
Star
it.
Wars Galaxies show.
well, the point is that uh, Star Wars was not, or Star Wars, Star Citizen was not created in a vacuum. They have all this legacy of all these older games to fall back on and to get ideas from, or literally just steal the idea and expound on it and make it better, make it its own. Hell, World of Warcraft, some of the crafting recipes in there, you make things and you take those made things and make those into other things. I mean, there's levels to this game, Um, I think the way we could do complexity and to maybe make some skill into it. First of all, this idea that you get the blueprint and it just magically pops in your head and now you have it forever. That's BS. I think you should blueprint should be a physicalized document or something that you have to put in inventory. So now you have the chance of losing it. Not only
Maybe.
that, you take that blueprint and you have to install it into your crafting machine. And once it's installed, it's in that machine. So now if you lose that machine, you lose that blueprint.
This
I
is
think
diabolical.
I think there's an easier way to call this. Instead of calling them blueprints, you can call them licenses. I mean, any manufacturer who works for
Well,
someone, or has a license to manufacture, they'd only have it for so many. That's negotiated, and I think we can skip the whole
Yeah,
blueprint thing and
I like
just. I
that.
mean, it's the modern world right now works with digital files. I work in this
yeah,
industry of
but
like
don't you
prototyping and
have to?
everything.
You've used the 3D printer before, right? You have a
I
program.
own I own a couple.
You have
I
you
do this for a living.
Okay, well, when you design something to be printed, it's a
Yeah.
document, it's a file, and those in that file, in that quote unquote blueprint, gives the printer instructions on what to do.
Yeah,
Correct?
and we
And you have
also
to install that data into the printer,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
however, we are also an OEM. So we do sub-licensing with other manufacturers where they are licensed to make some of our stuff up to a limit. So that my company, we design the
Yeah,
prototypes,
but Anubis,
for
that's
all
not the
these things, and
point.
other
The po-
companies use it. But what I'm saying is you would be the other company in the game.
Yes.
Someone would have
yeah, but
designed it.
regardless, you still have to send them the file. You have to send them
Yeah.
the print file or whatever the instructions are, right?
Yeah.
The
It's
blueprints are
not
just.
some magic. It's not some magic thing that you completed a mission. Now you get the
I mean, you can have both.
the Mars-off helmet. You know,
I mean, I think
it's
it's say, hey, you can
just
print 5 of these.
magically in your knowledge base now, which
Yeah, but
when
you,
you're
you
straddling this line of being a simulation slash game or a game slash simulation, where's the simulation in that? That just seems kind of like hocus pocus. Now,
Yeah, I
before I
mean,
forget, I want to touch on one more thing about the crafting thing, and where the skill or maybe a progression system would come into play would be some kind of tech tree. In lieu of
okay.
having like experience or something like that, you have to make so many of a thing to unlock the next level of a text tree. Then that would now, maybe it could be as simple of, okay, I've unlocked level 2 of the tech tree for handguns,
Yes.
laser based handguns. And how did I do that? Well, I crafted 10 or 20 of those, and now I'm able to understand and implement the Tech 2 blueprints into the machine or into my head or whatever the mechanic becomes.
I like that because you just exactly described how Star Wars Galaxies works.
dude, this is fucking. Oh my
It
god!
all comes back to Star
Again,
Wars.
It
the
Galaxies.
reason,
all comes back to Star Wars
All comes back.
It's
Galaxies.
all
Sta-
galaxies all the way down.
all the
well,
way down. Star
So
the
Wars
reason
I
I
feel like we're
bring
Galaxies.
up
gonna pull back the curtain of Star Citizen, and it's just gonna be Chris Roberts
Star Wars,
sitting
it's
there
going to be
playing Star
George
Wars
Lucas
Galaxies.
laughing with
It's
holding Baby Yoda at the bottom.
Oh my god!
medley going ha ha ha. If you played the game, you'd get that one.
In any event, the reason this is all comes back to other games is because you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just have to
No.
decide what wheel you want to use, how many spokes, is it going to be a hard wheel? Do we have rubber? Do we have tires? Is there an axle? What's going on here? This is what they have to come to grips with. But this thing that we have now, I mean, I guess it's a good start. It's better than nothing. We have something, but I sure hope they get away from this quality metal stuff. I think it's so dumb. I think where the quality should come in is in refinement of the materials. That's another game loop that you can tie into mining, refining, crafting. The 3 pillars of almost
Yeah.
every crafting system. Um, I think they're just missing. They're a little bit short on their vision. Maybe I don't know if it's maybe they have that in mind, and that's just going to be progressively introduced to us as more of the mechanics are included into the game, where all that kind of stuff works. Because we don't have anything like that right now.
From what I understand, that is the plan eventually.
But that's what I would hope to see. Something kind of what I've outlined, and touching on some of these solved kind of mechanics of crafting, gathering, refining. These are all solved equations, It's just you just need to figure out what your recipe for our game is going to be and implement that, and I think as long as everybody's not real happy about it, that's probably the way you want to go.
Well,
That
if you're
seems
listening to the show right now and you're not happy at all, then you know you're in the right place. This is Open Comms Radio, your Star Citizen call-in show. You can call in every week. We're live Wednesday nights at, what time is it? 9 p.m. Eastern Time or 6
Eastern
p.m.
Daylight Time.
Pacific Time? Yeah, we
6
we
p.m. in
switched
the
an hour.
correct time zone.
Yeah, I had to, Wiki, you caught me. You were like, the time's wrong on the show. Which, it's crazy that doesn't auto-change, but whatever.
There's a new caller.
We have a new caller in the waiting
There
room.
is.
The way this works is every week you can come on up here and make a call and call on in. We have Bill waiting for us in the waiting room. So, Bill, all you got to do is say you consent to being on the show here. It puts you on live, and then all your voices will be heard. Bill, welcome to Open Comms Radio, your Star Citizen call-in show. Crafting, radar, blueprints. What did I miss?
Inventory. New inventory. Did you say that? That's kind of cool. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
oh yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Sorry, I'm driving back. I had to drop my kid off at her mom's. Big New York
Fellas.
trip tomorrow for her, so she's doing cool stuff.
Nice.
But yeah,
Tell us about the new
so
inventory.
I basically spent all day, working, of course, doing the working thing.
That's what
But
Bill does, man. Bill's a working man.
watching the PTU Wave 1 stuff people were putting
Yeah.
out. And I mean, yeah, right now it's buggy as hell, but it's Wave 1. I don't think we've ever had a Wave 1 to live PTO jump, but yeah, I'm excited for it. It looks, I want to get into that QV station so bad. All I want to do is run around and shoot people, and I don't even want to get into the giant rock. I don't care about the giant rock. I'm sure
What's in the?
Go ahead.
Sorry. What's in the QV station?
The QV station in Nix, it's like there's like 120 asteroid bases, if you will, and you got to turn the power back on in it, and then it cracks open this giant asteroid, and then you fly inside the asteroid and mine a bunch of minables.
Oh wow.
And it's supposed to be like super high quality. Like the dude I was watching today, he got like 900 rated some sort of metal. I don't know what the hell it was, but something in there.
I watched
used
one
for
this
crafting.
morning, and they had like 500 quality only, or 600 maybe. It wasn't. Everybody was really disappointed.
Yeah, so I was watching. I don't know. Whatever. I'm gonna shout him out. Ollie 43, and he got in there. It took him about 9 hours, a couple different tries, but he got in the rock, and one of them had like a 900 quality deal on it. He
Nice.
didn't do any
Wow.
crafting or anything with that material yet, because I'm assuming he was a tired boy. But yeah, I'm real excited for it. When it comes to the ship armor and stuff like that, I don't really know a lot about that, because I think the ship armor is changing, and they're changing the way some of the guns do gun things. But overall, I want to play in the PTU, but I don't want to subscribe. I'm sick of subscriptions, I'm sure, as everyone else is.
Yes,
But
preach.
Yep. Too many to even know what I've got.
and like I don't know, Wave 2, what does Wave 2 consist of? How do you get into that? Is that another subscriber deal?
Oh, I
Wasn't it
don't.
like if you play like a ton? I think
Oh, okay.
you,
So it could be based off playtime. That makes sense.
or was it? Maybe it's playtime and post to the issue council or something like that.
Oh, Yep. Nope. I think you're right. I've heard that somewhere. I wasn't sure which wave that was for, but yeah, that tracks. That makes a lot of sense. The radar stuff you mentioned. What exactly was changing with the radar?
Oh, lots of
Different
stuff.
qualities of radar and how much energy you give it will now impact your auto aim.
Oh,
And the reticle and I think I don't know if it's detection range and the auto aim or if it's
Yep.
one of the other, but
That's
that's
right.
kind of what
It's definitely
right.
detection range.
Yeah, the
So,
power pips, right? You can assign
Yeah.
more to radar. And then did
yeah,
they also say they were physicalizing the radar component or no?
Yeah,
It can be
yeah.
destroyed.
they're working on it. But
Okay.
also, like the different radar sizes will give you the aim assist at different ranges.
Some
So
of our
Okay.
guildies did some testing, and radars can now be destroyed, and then you don't have a pip. You may still be
Cool.
able to fire, but you're just not going to have a pip.
That's interesting. That's real sweaty. I'm gonna destroy this guy's radar so he can't target me. But
Well,
yeah, I mean it sounds cool if they like if you get a big one in there with a bunch of power, maybe I can finally shoot other ships in my ship. I don't know. I've never been good at that, but maybe it'll help me. Maybe it won't because they'll just destroy it right away. Who knows? Either way, I try to stay away from that stuff, pacifist bill. But and then I did see the tractor beam, like the info when you grab an object, it tells you exactly what's in it, how much is in there, with the percentage. So like if the box is 100% full, it shows 100. If it's 95%, whatever. And then it tells you also the average quality of the material in the box when you have the tractor beam lifted in the air, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
The crafter thing, the fabricator deal, I saw a couple people using that, and one of the bonuses you got from using like a 600 quality aluminum for a pistol was, I think it was minus 10% for recoil, plus 14% for recoil suppressiveness or something. And
yeah, the
like the stat
smoothness.
increases on the weapons was pretty cool.
Yeah, they were going much more aggressive than that than I thought they would, which I think is
Yeah.
is neat. Hopefully, they might have to tweak it and balance it a little bit once everybody starts walking around with crafted weapons. But
Yeah.
I
I
think that
definitely think
might be on
it
purpose
should
to
definitely be
get more people
noticeable.
to use it.
Yeah, and
And
it's
that
good.
could be
It
too.
should be noticeable because otherwise,
Because you
why wouldn't we
figure,
just go to the store?
yeah, exactly. And you figure if you craft yourself something with all high materials, and then also throw on top of a compensator, laser sight, fancy scope. I mean, we're gonna be walking around with no recoil. How cool is that? If they stack, I don't know if they'll stack with the compensator benefits and all that jazz. Or you could run silencers and it wouldn't reduce the stats as much. I mean, it all sounds like good stuff, fun stuff, something to do.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I spend a lot of my time doing until I think I've perfected it.
Yeah,
Until I've perfected my gun, and then it's like I'll never touch another gun
yeah,
once I have the one I like, which is maybe I will though. I'll have different kinds of guns and stuff, but
sure. And then now you think like since you die and you just respawn at your spawn point with your stuff, other than what's in your bag. I mean, because like you do when you die like that, and if you have a gun on the side of your bag, do you lose that gun too, or no? You keep that gun, right?
I think they're doing away with that.
Pain,
yeah,
pain.
they're gonna
I
go
hate
back to letting people steal from you.
Oh, I hate that so much because I'm a big PvEer in Rust. I don't know how many people here know what Rust is, but
Oh yeah. Now, how
this
Who
old is
plays?
Rust? Dude? I
How do
feel
you
like I
play
played that on
Rust
the PS2.
PvP or PvE?
environment, I don't like playing against people. I can't shoot people. Not good at it, and then I lose all
How
my
is that
stuff
even
and I pout.
possible?
There's servers.
Really?
Yeah, hang on one second here. I just pulled in. Let me go ahead and go on to someone else. I'm gonna jump on my computer
So
when I get in.
no, this is perfect. So while Perfect Bill and Pacifist Bill and
Perfect. That's a good one too.
Perfect. Damn it! I've shown my cards. I'm blushing. Um, no, but so here on Open Comms Radio, we like to give back to the community,
Yeah.
And that's why we have a giveaway going on right now. I don't know if you heard about this, Pacifist Bill. Did you see the giveaway?
Is it in the Discord?
It's in the Discord. You can go down. There's a channel called Giveaway. All you got to do is you can search for Open Comms Radio Discord. It's also in the descriptions on every channel. Pop into our Discord. You can head in the giveaway. I'm giving away 2 games. It's the same game, but it's 2 copies of the same game to our listeners. Anyone can enter the giveaway. All you have to do is subscribe or follow one of Opacom's Radio's channels. You can follow us on YouTube. You can follow us on iHeart. You can follow us on Spotify or on Blue Sky. Or you could even, I don't know if I could check Deezer. I can't log in to the back end of Deezer.
I don't even know what
So
that means.
I don't even know what that is, right? So you could just say you're on Deezer, and I'll just have to believe you.
I'm a Deezer supporter.
So anyway, if you do that, you might get a free copy of a really cool game that I've been playing. I played for a little bit, and it was a lot of fun. A solid few hours into it. So there you go.
Well, I mean, that could hold us over till 4.7.
4.7 could be any day now, Bill.
No, come on. Wave 1? Right to live? No way.
Come on, it could be.
Cool,
I mean,
but
it seems big, but it's the 11th. I could see it in a
it's
week,
the 11th.
maybe.
What does that mean? The date?
Yeah, today's the March 11th. It's a Wednesday.
So do patches usually come out mid-month or?
The last the last 2 months patches came out Wednesday because we were filming the show. Yeah.
Interesting.
And usually mid-month.
Okay.
Yeah. So we couldn't talk. We got to talk about it right away. And then the other day it was like people were playing while we were doing the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was fun. All right, guys. So this week we talked a lot about crafting. We talked a little bit about radar. We talked a little bit about blueprints. But we haven't talked about new ships because there aren't any to talk about.
I was going to say, I don't think there's any shifts. Yeah.
When's the last time this has happened?
The new ship came out without a patch?
Well, we
No
haven't seen the patch isn't released. Maybe there's a secret surprise ship.
Do you think
I
so?
heard-
No, not really. I was just saying that.
I
The
saw something.
500i.
I saw something today. Someone talking about the Aurora Mark II.
Oh yeah, is that in the patch?
That could be coming with this. I mean, it's the Aurora, so it's not too
That's
great.
the
but
Origin 500i.
That'd be cool too. Origin's cool.
It's very interesting. It's very quiet. We haven't, and it is spring. We do have April Fool's Day coming. They always do something for April Fool's Day. That's the April 1st. Remember they had the Raptor. That was an April Fool's joke. And then the next year they were like, "Hey, we're actually going to make that, and maybe you'll be able to drive it." But we've never had such a long stint without any ships to talk about.
Well, we had the Hermes last wipe. Or last
Yeah,
patch.
yeah, but that was also like they talked about it for like I don't know. It feels like a couple months, and then it came out, and we haven't
Okay.
had anything since then.
What
I
about
feel
ship
like
rentals? Do ship rentals get updated every time?
well, they had the Origin ship rental. No, that was they had the RSI in-game ship rentals and the Origin sale. Yeah.
Because I know this with this patch, there's the Shiv. You can rent that, or no, you can buy it from I think Teaches or Wicklow or somebody. I don't know. So you can buy the Shiv in game, so that's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought
Well,
that shit looked fun.
do you think the lack of a ship sale? What feels to me like a lull, but everyone would agree we're in kind of a ship lull the last couple of months? Am I crazy?
I think
I
you're
can't
crazy.
say much because the Hermes is awesome. I love that thing, but go on, sorry.
I know we did get the Hermes, but like, what else? and they're not teasing anything else, and they're not advertising anything else. So do you think this is maybe a sign of what's to come? Do you
Oh,
think
I
Hopefully
hope
it's a
this is
not.
sign that
the
they're going
moment?
to complete some of the stuff that's already in the pipeline. That'd be nice for a change.
Yeah, and I would be okay with like sneaky releases, right? Like not
Yeah.
tell anybody and just be like, bang, Origin 500, here you go, boys, go play.
Ironclad.
Yeah, sneak an ironclad in there, everybody would go crazy. Ironclad's out, ironclad's out.
Well, I think I thought, is it in gray box now? I don't know.
I think it is. Yeah, it's way up there. It's way.
Anyway, I just say keep on keeping on. They've had those last couple ISCs where they talked a bunch of stuff. Was kind of, you know, kind of getting back to the letting the developers kind of talk about stuff a little bit more openly and their process and how things are going and stuff. It seemed like over the last couple like years gone by, everybody, they felt like you could tell that they wanted to talk, but they didn't know what they could say or what they couldn't say almost. And I
Is
think
the
that's kind of loosening a little bit now.
is the ISC, is that the big like convention thing they do in the summer or
No,
whatever it
that's
is?
the
No.
Twitch, the weekly or semi-weekly when Jared goes live and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Inside
Okay,
Star
gotcha.
Citizen, and
Okay,
then
gotcha.
Hey, can we talk about the last, not the well, one of the last two SCLs? Can we talk about the sound one for a second?
can we talk
You talking
about
about
that dude's hair?
the
He
hair?
should have kept his hat on.
I love that. We were talking about that dude.
Like something
Remember?
about Mary.
Yeah,
Yeah, we were talking about him, and we were
something
like,
about
"Oh,
Mary.
Is that hair gel?
yeah." So, Sound Guy's back, and when we first met Sound Guy, we should know his name, especially if we're gonna tease him. But
He was
Sound
so
Guy
hyped.
he was hyping himself, right?
Yeah,
Oh, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this so quickly. I can't do the voice. Duke can do the voice.
he pulled back.
I can do the voice. I
He
don't even know
pulled
what it
back
looks
a
like.
little bit. His hair is sticking up. He's like, "Oh wow!" And then,
He
dude,
just did a year at CIG. That's why.
He did a year at CIG under the table trying to plug in the soundboard, and his hair got all
yes,
fucked up with static.
yes. We said he would break, and he's broken. And the kicker was when someone asked a question about the realistic sound mode, and they were just like, "Yeah, we're not doing that." And it's like, "Oh, jeez." I was like, "Dude, come on, or, come on, everybody." Which is a real disappointment for me. Really, the realistic sound mode is the sound mode I wanted. That's the one I'm playing in. I don't care about your cinematic sounds.
Just turn your headset off.
No, but if you get hit, it
Put
goes, "Tut-tut-tut-tut," you can like
Yeah,
hear it, you know?
just put on some noise canceling headphones and use your regular speakers,
Yeah,
right? So it's all muffled. Or we could just help you go deaf.
We'll say that giant laser beam you used to cut the rock open, the asteroid, was loud as hell. So
Oh,
you
yeah.
may like that, you may not, but it was loud as shit. Like I couldn't
Yeah.
believe it. I was like, oh my god. No wonder they had the sound team come on. Now I pulled up the Star Citizen YouTube on my TV real quick. I see what you're talking about. The ship audio team one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably why they did that. They're like, hey, we're gonna hype these guys up so they can blow out their eardrums when they do this big ass stupid laser thing.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm optimistic. I'm happy. They do have a lot of sounds to go through. Clearly, and if they're redoing everything, I don't know. It seems slow but purposeful. I liked during that when they were like, "Oh, what's his name? Can someone look up his name for me? Because
Voices.
stand-up hair guy." They're like, "Oh,
Simon Gershon.
Simon Gershon. Simon just like makes noises with his mouth." And then
I'm
we
looking,
like,
I'm looking for images. He's had a lot of bad hair days.
Yeah, I think that's his style. But like he just like makes noises with his mouth and like tells us what it sounds like. And we just do it. And I'm like, dude, this is like the most eccentric person. Like, is he wearing a turtleneck? I don't know.
That's
He,
what we
he
want,
just
man.
it's who he-
You want somebody with a brain that works different, who's
Yeah.
gonna bring in some crazy ideas. And
Yeah.
because the one sound thing that I am sick and tired of hearing in Star Citizen is the wet fart noise that currently stands in for most of the laser weapons on the ships. Okay, it just sounds like wet farts. That's it. I don't feel like I'm in a spaceship, fighting
Uh,
bad guys and Star
Oh,
Wars
there he
feeling all
is.
that. No, it's just wet farts.
remind me to try to put some wet fart laser sounds in, or if you could
Yeah,
send me
Oh,
just
some.
all you have to do is just take some from Star Citizen. That's what it is.
Yeah, yeah. What
he
laser has the wet fart sound? Do you
All of
know?
them. They all just
All
well,
of them?
except for like the NDBs don't. But so like I don't know, the attritions and panthers and all the laser cannons. Wet. It's just wet farts
It's
he
wet
totally
farts
put
all the
that
way
hair up
down.
on purpose.
all the way down.
Yeah, he knew this was his TV time. But notice he didn't
Yeah,
do it
he's like,
for the
watch
first
this.
one. I think the first one he was wearing a hat or something.
Oh,
Could
I
For
be.
can
good reason.
deal with those sounds, but I can't deal with the fact that every NPC is we gotta find him right now.
he got your cousin.
Got
He
my
took your
cousin.
That one.
Why
cousin.
does
That one's
everybody
my favorite.
sound like they're from
Wayne's
man,
Marietta?
neighborhood.
Oh God. Well, Simon Gershon, we love you, we support you, and keep on making the great work you're
Hey,
making, man.
there's somebody in the audience got a hand up.
Oh,
Oh,
here we go. Here we go. All
Oh,
right, this guy's been on.
he's coming back. He's
Uh,
coming back.
Lord Anubis was right. Lord Anubis texted me that Vertible Hatter would be back. Here he
I,
is.
I just had
Vertible
to.
Hatter.
The wet farts brought him back.
It's true. The wet farts brought me back. I just had to come in and agree on that. They are the sound for the general lasers are not inspiring. It's why I used NDBs back when you could just buy them flatly, and Quarrelers also, because they made like a very like soul fulfilling pew pew noise that I was like,
Yeah,
yes, that is
as
the
opposed
laser
to
noise.
like yeah.
Uh, but
Really?
yeah,
That's interesting. Okay.
I don't know why the particular soundscape of a of the stupid weapons that they use is so impactful for some dumb reason. Like, it doesn't change anything about the actual weapon itself, but you're like, wow, that was the most like uninspired sound. I feel not epic right now.
And some games do it so well, like old ass games. Some of them like Mech Warrior Online. Okay, like if you ever
Yeah.
played Mech Warrior, right? Like all the different lasers and weapons. Like there's you got some really satisfying Daka Daka,
Mhm.
some awesome lasers, and then you go into Star Citizen, which is visually above everything, and then
Incredible. Yeah.
you're flying around attacking your enemies with wet farts.
Yeah. The mech warrior mercenaries, you learn to be afraid of certain noises. You're like, ah,
Yeah,
fuck, this guy's coming
right,
for me.
right.
Time to
Like
get out.
and that's good diegetic gameplay, which they always CIG is always trying to go for, right? You
Yep.
can know what you're being attacked by just by the noise.
Mhm.
What
Well,
did
I
you
mean,
just
like
say?
half the time, I don't actually hear the weapons half the time because the noise doesn't actually play while I'm in my shot. I don't even know I'm being hit except for the little like
Yeah,
flashing
it's
light
true.
that says you get hit, you got hit. I'm like, well, fuck,
Yeah,
man.
Duke,
yeah.
what did you
The
say?
wet fart,
Diet
so
what?
diegetic.
What's that mean? I'm
Dude,
too
we don't
stupid
say
to
that
be
on
in
the
this.
show.
I think I'm too dumb to be here.
You are,
Yeah.
but you're welcome to be here.
we still love you. We still love you.
It so like in terms of like diegetic gameplay, meaning you're getting valuable information, not fed to you through a gamey way, um, but it's just part of the environment that you're in, and it's giving you cues as to things that are going on.
Visceral?
That's a different thing, but
I just
close.
wanted to say it because I knew that word.
You just yeah. Well, let me think of like if you're doing a contested zone and you hear, the noise of one of the doors opening.
Right.
That would
Or
be like a diegetic sound. That
what
cue
about
that's
like
going on.
a grenade rolling across the ground?
Yeah, that too.
Q. That's the thing that you've got to pay
Can we have
attention.
some non-violent diegetic sounds for Pacifist Bill? Maybe the sound of a Tonka
A
truck
rat
rolling by.
crispy frying on a stick in pyro?
I'll give you
Oh.
one. It's kind of threatening, I guess, but when you hear a tractor beam in one of those contested zones, that's kind of a bummer. Like, oh, I gotta get out of here. I don't know what that guy's doing. Don't touch me.
I mean, I also maintain that the different mining lasers should have different sounds as well.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Oh yeah, totally. Why
They
would
Or
look
how about when
very
you
different.
hear
Well,
They should have
missiles
different
locked
sounds.
while you're mining?
Here's where I'm going to have to disagree.
Uh-oh.
Most of this game takes place in a vacuum of space. The closest thing you'd hear of anything is if you felt vibrations that cause the air in your helmet to vibrate. You hear everything. If you heard anything at all, it'd be super muffled.
Yeah, but CIG
Yeah,
already
that's the
covered
sound
this.
I want, bro.
CIG
that doesn't-
already covered this. They said it's your shipboard and your armor computer that is
Extrapolating.
extrapolating
okay.
all that and giving it to you so that you have a diegetic cue to
So
interact with your world.
that sounds very advanced. Why don't we have tinting windows for the windshield?
excuse me, but like, if you couldn't hear in space, then explain how the crew of the Ghost in Star Wars Rebels had to hide from the Imperial ship by being very quiet.
Bro, Dave Filoni sucks. I can't stand. I've never liked his stupid blocky animation. His stories aren't that great. Enough.
Well,
Well,
isn't
that's
he
how
in
you feel,
charge
Jar
now?
Jar.
Yeah.
I know. And Star Wars is gonna fail for it.
Tony
It's not gonna be
Gilroy
good.
forever.
It's gonna suck worse than it has.
Who was the lady? Kathleen? Kathy?
Kennedy.
Yeah.
Oh God, she's the worst.
No,
I think she
wait,
left,
hold
didn't
up.
she? Or no?
Hold
No,
up.
she's already pulling the strings back again. She's rearing.
No,
she's pulling on the
she's
reins
out.
again. She's out,
Hold
but
up.
she's not out.
Hold up, because I need to
Ghost
make an
Rider.
official statement. Thank you, Kathleen Kennedy, for greenlighting and making sure Andor happened. And
Oh, yeah.
you allowed it to happen in the way it should have.
That's true.
Thank you.
Keyword being
True.
allowed had no actual impact.
That's true.
She greenlit it personally.
Which one was that? I missed that.
Andor.
Andor.
Oh, you got to
dude,
watch
It's
that.
amazing.
It's
It's
the
just
best
I did
Star
not
excellent
Wars
watch
in the
Andor.
last 10 years.
maybe ever.
Isn't there
Maybe,
another
yeah.
one, or there a second one, or is
There's
it a TV show?
Two
There's
seasons.
2 seasons of Andor.
That's what it was.
Have you
It's
watched
worth it.
Rogue One?
The movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did watch that. That's what I was thinking.
This
of.
is what
Fantastic
happens
movie.
before Rogue One. Andor.
Just a sequel or prequels. Can I just get a story off what I've already seen?
It
No,
is.
You
Yeah,
need
this,
to watch
this is
it.
better.
Bill,
You
it's
need to
exactly
watch
what
it.
you want.
Better. Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly what you want. You don't.
Well,
you know it, but you don't.
I mean,
But you
that's-
do.
Okay.
And it is.
I maintain that a significant portion of the success of Andor and Rogue One is that, like, okay, so all of us who grew up with Star Wars, it's a peasant hero story. A guy comes in, fights the evil, whatever. We all grew up with it. Most of the people who are most invested in Star Wars at this point are a little bit older, and
Yeah.
I beg
Andor
your
and
pardon.
Rogue One were really, really stories for people who were a little bit older. They did away with the entire thing of like, let's make a movie for kids. They made a movie for adults that looked at the complexities of the world that George Lucas made and kind of broke them apart in some ways and said, yeah, it's kind of screwed up in all these different ways. How do we express that? And like, that's why I thought that movie and that series actually did so well, because as opposed to trying to say, hey, we're going to make, kind of a dumb kids movie again, they said, well, why don't we take it and, like, I don't know, look at it from the perspective of someone who grew up with all of it, who can do away with all of the like shine at this point. So I don't know. I thought that was good.
So you definitely agree. It's a more adult thing. It does appeal to us old timers, but I also don't want it to leak into the idea that we don't like the new movies because we're too
Well,
old. because
sure.
there are plenty of kids movies, and I have 3 of the little buggers running around, so I know
Yeah.
that are still they're made for kids, but
Sure.
they're also just good writing, and they're
Yeah.
good.
For
Versus
kids,
the
Did
what,
you?
you're talking about Star Wars?
yeah, but well, I mean
What's
movies in general, but then also Star Wars.
what Star
Uh,
Wars kids movie is good writing? New
What's
one.
the movie with
episodes 4,
Jude or
5,
not
and
movie? The
6.
TV show with Jude Law. Jude Law. What was that TV
Oh
show?
yeah,
Yeah, it was
Skeleton Crew. That
that
was
show.
good.
I heard
I
that was
enjoyed
good.
that.
What?
I thought I would
I
hate
liked
that,
it.
but I liked it. I watched it and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna actually watch that with my kids soon.
Well,
Yeah, it was fun.
Okay.
not
Yeah.
to come at it with any like rose tinted glasses. I have watched the Star Wars Christmas special. There are old Star Wars bits that were bad as well.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah. Oh
absolutely,
yeah. For sure.
I
For sure.
actually made
absolutely.
sure my infant son watched it before he could form memories, so I could tell him, "No, you watched it. You don't need to go back and watch it. It's okay."
Well, you know what
Maybe-
they say. You can't have the bitter without the sweet, and the sweet without the bitter. But lately, there's been a lot of bitter
Mm,
Well,
when it comes to
Skeleton
that
Crew.
franchise.
well said.
Skeleton Crew was great, though. I mean, it really was.
Yeah, it was good.
Mm.
Everyone
But
says that.
uh,
They spent
That's
more
the one I
money
was
on
thinking
the
of.
the Jude Law one.
Yeah, I like that one. That's real
Yeah,
good.
I maybe should see it because everyone says it. But they spent more money on the Star Wars holiday special than they spent on the fight between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader on that movie set planet.
oh my god, that's
You guys,
crazy.
do you
That's
remember?
crazy.
Do you know what I'm talking about? The
The
first
way-
fight, not the second fight. The first fight.
But yeah,
The
well,
Obi-Wan
you
Kenobi
know,
show with Darth Vader.
hmm
he was old,
Whatever.
man.
It felt like they were practicing. It felt like we were watching it was horrible. Anyway,
Wow.
Just a reminder.
I think they were
we are-
limited by
just a
the
reminder. I
technology.
didn't like that
Christmas
movie.
special.
I think they
No.
were limited by the technology in that movie to get the lightsabers to glow properly or something. There was something like that where they couldn't
Oh,
be flailing
Disney.
around.
That was like
Well,
the
did-
10th Star Wars thing they made.
Oh, you're talking about the
They couldn't
Disney
get the
movie. I
lightsabers
thought you were talking about. I thought you were talking about episode 4.
No, the Obi-Wan Kenobi show.
Oh yeah, that was crap.
Or
Yeah.
as I know it, Larry.
Larry.
What?
Yeah, you got to watch the Oral Knots.
I think we've gone off the rails here, Char Char.
That's
Oh no,
okay.
it's amazing. It's amazing. They basically they're sound engineers, and they take the shows and they actually did the whole trilogies. They did all of them, and they completely revamped the story and made it fucking crazy. It's amazing. And they did the entire Kenobi show is called Larry because his name is Larry Kenobi, and he's kind of like a piece of crap, honestly, and it's hilarious.
All right, we'll check out Larry Kenobi. Larry Kenobi. Also, drink a Cruise Lux. Yeah, you got the shivers, you got a little cold, you vomiting. Drink some Cruise Lux.
Why do you keep bringing up vomit with
I don't
in
think
the
it's good
same sentence
advertising.
of Cruise
Heal
Lux? I think
you
this is
with
terrible.
electrolytes.
The Cruise family's rolling over in its proverbial grave.
Yeah, it's not
You
Alka-Seltzer.
Are your shoes falling off? Drink some Cruise Lux.
Have you
It'll
gotten too
cover
many
the taste
G's
of
in your
vomit.
space? Are you covering too many G's?
20%
We do
spent
have
by bar.
Cruise time.
we do have
Joshua, I
another
think-
commercial.
I think you're bringing us very close to that line of being a skit show. As
Oh,
we
yeah.
were, somebody already
Oh,
said that we actually
You
were all just
gotta read the
characters.
ads. You gotta read the ads. And Lord Nubis, I think, has an ad for us. Lord Nubis? Is this
Yes,
true?
it's a new sponsor. It looks like it's Whammers. I know we've all eaten at Whammers before.
Not by
So,
choice.
well, you don't have a choice. Eat at Whammers. Anyways,
Oh, I could
so
go for a burger
turn
right
down
now.
power to guns and turn up power to fun. This week at Whammers, we got Wham Jams by the Flim Flams all day long. Just think of it, 12 Whammers for only $5.99 AUEC. Make a Crusader side this weekend at our Orison location, and you'll get a free Whammy the Ham Pico Slam ball while supplies last. At Whammers, we got a whammy for you. Offer not available in PU, PTU, or internal test servers. Use as directed.
Now, wait a minute before anybody says anything. Did you just say while supplies lapse?
Yes.
Yeah, we can do
Okay.
another take if
Just
you want to do
checking.
another take, but I think it was perfect.
I think it was
I'll
good.
air
I
that.
think it was good. Man,
All
side note. So I was just saw a post. Someone who was showing a what is this, a P8 submachine gun, I think, crafted with 800 level quality material, and the buffs are crazy. I mean, you're talking minus 40% on recoil kick, plus
Shit.
41% recoil smoothness, plus 41% recoil handling. Uh, yeah, lots of crazy buffs. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be an exciting patch.
That
So,
sounds like a
just
CZ specialist right there.
yeah, to kind of rope this up with these buffs and what is this called? Is this technically crafting or is this something else?
Yeah.
It's
Well,
crafting.
this is
compared to Star
crafting.
Wars Galaxies,
Oh shit!
No.
You
Okay.
left the door
So,
wide open for that, Jar Jar.
so we're crafting components and attachments and adding them to our guns, basically.
Not yet.
So we're not crafting attachments. We're just crafting.
No,
the
we're
guns
just
itself.
crafting weapons right now. I
Oh,
don't even
weapons.
think there's any blueprints for armor yet, just weapons.
Yeah, there is.
There is? Okay.
Yeah, there's like 41 pages of blueprints that you can get. When you're in the fabricator, you can select blueprints you don't have access
Oh,
to
no.
yet. And there's
But
like
are they-
41 pages that you can get.
And you can click on them and they show specs and stuff?
No. So yeah, I guess they could just be placeholders, but I
Okay.
did see somebody earlier craft a helmet. It was just some dumb, stupid, dumb helmet, but I mean, it gave better temperature resistances and stuff. So I'm wondering if you could create like radiation ones. So when you go to that place, I don't know what it's called. You know what it is with the big Valacar that is radiated
The
and
ASD
weird.
facility.
ASD, that's it. Maybe you could create a bunch
Snakes.
of radiation gear and not have to wear that big weird suit. I mean, I don't think you have to wear it, but
well, I could
it'd be
see you have
cool.
like a salvage thing where someone brings you a radiation suit and you're taking out the lining in order to craft with. Maybe they need like 5 suits they need to bring you.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're about to wrap the show up here. We're right here at the end. Before I go around and kind of do our go around, anyone have any last words? Anything we missed this week? No?
I mean,
All right. Well, let me tell you all, next week is going to be a good show. Next week, we're going to have a special guest joining us on Open Comms Radio. That is Lens Nation. Lens Nation will be joining us on Open Comms Radio. If you don't know Lens Nation, check him out. He does lots of cool art. He does like ship cards, and he also has some silly videos, some cool shorts
it's on YouTube.
on YouTube. I don't know what all his other socials are, but Lens Nation is definitely on YouTube, and he'll be with us next week on Open Comms Radio. Not sure what we're going to talk about. Definitely
Lenses.
not ship art. So I don't know what he's going to be here for.
We'll discuss the new Canon RF 2.8 to 105 f 2.8.
No, it's going to be the cheese to meat ratio in your sandwich. What is the ideal cheese to meat ratio?
Well,
Probably
are we
gonna be
flipping
about Star
the
Wars
food pyramid
Galaxies.
upside down? Yes. There you go. Hey, yes. Hey, Star Wars Galaxies, everybody. Have you heard of it? Do we have 5 hours to talk about it?
So, Bill, I don't
Yep.
know if you've ever heard this part of the show, but we like to end the show the same way every episode. I go around backwards and I ask the guests if they have anything they'd like to say to CIG, Chris Roberts, or the people on the internet. So, Bill, you're first. Bill, is there anything you'd like to say to CIG, Chris Roberts, or the people on the internet?
Stay true.
Fuck right.
All right. Righteous.
Vertible. Well, no, Wicket. Wicket, you were next. Oh my gosh, Wicket. Is there anything you'd like to say to CIG, Chris Roberts, or the people on the internet?
Well, it's just a question. A question for Sandy Roberts.
Yeah.
Mute 'em.
And
the state of New Mexico has told you to stop.
Yeah, but there's a
I'm
lot
just-
of other states.
I'm just
Yeah.
asking questions. I'm not This is our conduit to His Highness Sir Chris
Yeah, I'm with you. I
Roberts.
believe in
What's
freedom
the
of
question?
speech.
What's the question?
Okay. So I heard Chris Roberts was trying to sneak up on a mirror and almost made it. Please
What?
confirm. Thank you.
All right.
Sandy Roberts, please confirm. Vertible Hatter, is there anything you'd like to say to CIG, Chris Roberts, or the people on the computer?
No. Drink Jolt Cola. I don't know. Like, what do you want? Have a good
Jolt
All right,
evening,
Cola.
man.
Veritable Hatter, you
All
know,
right.
There
sponsors
goes our
Cruise Lux.
sponsorship. Great.
So
This guy. Did he not get the memo? Didn't he
One
click
time.
yes when he signed
I
up?
don't know. I don't know.
That's all right. All right.
Lord Anubis, is there anything you'd like to say to CIG, Chris Roberts, or the people on the internet?
I want to tell the people that you know, with everything going on, I know the world seems really scary, but you know, we do have hope. We have things like Star Wars Galaxies in our lives, and you know, we have a game that's heading towards that way. But I will say,
Right.
in all
Right.
seriousness, with that, finding your space of joy in a time like these is very important, and I'm glad that we can all enjoy it and come together and be able to have moments like these when these times are
Hallelujah.
this scary.
Thank
So,
you, Lord Anubis.
yeah.
Brought it back home. Well, Duke,
Question in the Twitch chat.
are you kidding me, dude?
People watch it?
Yeah, bro just said Jolt Cola. Where do you buy Jolt? Veritable Hatter. Where do you
They
buy
had a
Jolt?
limited re-release of it not that long ago. Unfortunately, it is an energy drink now as opposed to just a cola, so you'll be even more wired.
God.
Now
Yeah,
we're talking.
I-
that was good
Costco,
stuff back
baby?
in the day.
It's still good stuff.
Didn't they
Still
outlaw
good
Jolt?
stuff.
I mean, Taco Bell is selling 200 milligram caffeine Fresca drinks, so I don't know under what auspice
yeah.
they'd outlaw Jolt.
And Cruise Lux is 20% slam.
That's true.
By volume.
No, it
yeah.
isn't.
All right. All right.
All right. Well, thank you to Thor65, also in chat, who's lent us its Invictus launch week coming up. So
Damn, how
Duke Lato,
dismissive.
we did it. We
We
did
did
it,
it.
Duke.
Another one under the belt.
Yep.
Have a nice
And
night,
shout
all.
out to Skeeter.
Oh, hold on, wait. We're
Me?
not.
What?
Yeah, Duke's got to do the thing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you ready?
Oh,
You gonna play us out?
Yeah.
Bow chicka wow wow. Bow bow.
Da 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 da.